Welcome everybody to another exciting, very informational episode of Aight podcast. This is presented by AML Media. Love you, Mom. It's a podcast we talk about everything. A lot of times it's what the hell's happening to my body, and this is an episode especially about that. You're gonna stay tuned to listen to some very personal things. I hope they're funny for you. Right now, I'm not that happy about it, but once again, this is Aight podcast. I'm Gene Labordi. My brother off screen, he'll be here shortly, is probably eating ice or peeing or doing laundry, whatever he likes to do at my house for free. Is Stephen Labordi, my co-host, and off screen is Rachel Labordi, doing all the hard work, making all those funny shorts, doing all the editing that I watched. It's not that easy. But that's Rachel Labordi doing the ones and twos. She's in a new place where she's been wanting to go, so now I can finally, you can't see her, but I can make eye contact with her. And sometimes that's a good or bad thing because she gives me the evil eyes. As all husbands out there know, your wife has a look they can give you to make you feel like a real big old piece of fart.
But you always deserve it.
Most of the time. I'm going to say 93.4% of the time I deserve it. But come along for the ride. We're about to learn about something I'm not happy about. Our vacation's coming up, and I'm trying to get ready for it. This is Aight podcast, presented by AML Media. Rachel, tell them all the important stuff they need to know about.
Okay, we are on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Patreon. All of our social media handles are on the screen, so take a screenshot if you're watching the video. Or you can go to our website to find all of our links. We have a new website. It is just aml.media. So no .com, just aml.media.
Easier to remember, guys. aml.media. Boom. So the reason I wanted to do kind of a cold start, I think, is the lingo.
I think it'd be a hot start.
No, a cold start is when like it's just out of the random.
It's counterintuitive. It should be a hot start.
A hot start thing, you're warmed up.
Okay, yeah.
You know, you kind of got something behind you a little bit. You're warm.
Okay, so
you were fat. We were fat, so warm start is like this sucks. Cold start, I think, is just kind of out of the blue. Regardless, I haven't mentioned it. You've been here for like an hour. Went to the doctor. Got my neck thing. Got the stitches out. Everything is good there.
yay.
I now have a new problem that's worse than before.
What happened?
And I might have to cut open my own nutsack.
What's going on?
I have something the size of, I would say if you took about the tip of my thumb growing on my nut skin, like ingrown hair or something.
Is it really that big?
It's, yes, and that skin is so weird. I mentioned it when last episode when we were going to smoke break. If you remember, I was like, I got something going on. It's hurting. It was totally fine. And fucking, I woke up one morning. It got like, I felt a little something and then completely went away. And then I woke up one morning and it was massive.
He's a real fucking problem.
I know, dude. This fucking sucks.
Jesus Christ, man.
It's like I gotta sleep in certain positions.
Is it like hot and radiating?
Yes, dude.
Because that is weird skin. I've had like a whitehead on my nutsack before, but it was actually like didn't even hurt at all.
Rachel has proclaimed, or whatever the strongest word you can use, of saying she will not cut it open for me.
Why can't you cut it open yourself?
I'm going to. Here's the thing. I have bowling playoffs tomorrow night. I was really hoping this thing took care of itself by then. And so tonight,
when something gets that big, it's not going to take care of itself.
Well, the thing, I can feel the skin. It's gotten a little bit big. I'm waiting for where's the head of it. And when it's like something like that, it's not even the head. It's where's the the weak skin. You know what I mean?
You gotta really squeeze it, and you'll see like a shininess on the surface.
I can't squeeze this thing.
It hurts that bad.
There's like an inch shininess on the surface.
I'll cut it for you.
That's what Rachel said. Just and I said, you know what? If I'm gonna cut it myself, if I have to. I was really, really hoping that like overnight I woke up and just had a bunch of blood in my pants and then took care of it.
Why didn't? I guess never mind. I was gonna say, why didn't you mention it when you were at the doctor?
It wasn't there yet, but last night I almost went to the hospital last night for it because I just don't want to ruin this upcoming trip.
It came out of nowhere like that,
right, Rachel? What? All of a sudden I was like, I feel something. It's whatever. Yeah, I think it was just a pimple going on or whatever. And then one morning I woke up and I was like, what the fuck?
So
it woke me up.
So it hurts even if you're not moving?
Right, I had to find the position. Like right now this is the position, but like I can't, if I had to bend to touch your shoe.
Well, you just moved a bunch of stuff around. We reorganized.
I've been hiding it for the pod. I wanted to be a cold open or whatever the term is.
Okay.
I've been walking weird. That's why I didn't even go smoke cigarettes with you, because to get out of the chair, I got to kind of scoot, and then I got to like use my hand to. My nuts are huge right now, dude. My ball sack is like double the size of what it normally is.
All right. Well, we're going away this weekend.
Regardless, I've toughed through all sorts.
Yeah, but we
of stuff.
have to be around you, and if you're fucking suffering.
That's why I was trying to get you to go to the hospital last night, so you had time to recover.
Because what are we going to be like? All right, Gene, your beat tape, we're going to go to the fucking museum without you?
Well, here's the thing. I like I said, I think tonight is the night I'm going to make the decision to possibly.
I think you should
cut it, and I might pass out in the bed. I think what I'm going to do is sit down.
I don't think you should do it by yourself. I don't understand nutsacks. I'm not comfortable cutting into
It's just the
nutsack,
skin. I'm not
but
cutting
I think you
in
have your older brother here that he can
and
supervise.
liquid's going to cut. Like, it's not going to be like nuts. There's no nutsack fluid. And it's not like a nut's going to hang out. I'm going to do a tiny little, and then be able to squeeze all the pressure out of there. And if it builds back up, then I will go to the. I have to go to the dermatologist for this.
See, but you're laughing, but that's. You don't want to do that, and it's gonna cause you more problems.
But this is the thing. I'm just trying to get through our vacation, have a good time. Well, after that, I've already decided I'm gonna make some changes because my body hadn't been great. Things have been going.
Here's the deal: you should get. I have those straight razors. You can't just poke it. You've got to
do a little slice.
Slit, like a fucking micrometer, and kind of squeeze it and see if it'll drain. And if it's still too hard to pop, you just do another little slit.
Here's the thing.
What's the surface area of this thing for everybody?
Damn. Yeah.
Well, then you can give it a substantial little slit.
That's what I mean.
But yeah, it's not gonna.
A nick.
It's no different than the other skin on your body, except for it's more malleable.
Yeah.
It's actually it's tougher.
Well, the thing is here's another.
Why is it hurting? Because that skin doesn't have a whole lot of nerve endings.
Because it's that much filled.
It's ready to go.
Dude, I have 3 nuts right now. This is bigger than my nuts.
Wow.
And the problem is...
Dude, we could actually get some people to sign up for the Patreon.
Here's the thing. I had, and I've been open on the podcast, I had a nut surgery when I was in like 7th grade. So I have a scar, the tiniest little scar on my nutsack, and this is based around that. I think that has something to do with this.
It's locked under the scar tissue?
I think so.
Well, it can still be sliced through.
Well, that's one thing. I just...
But it's, like he's saying, you can't, you're not going to drain your manhood somehow. It's just skin.
I've been taking... I'm kind of glad I didn't take the antibiotics, because now I'm pumping them. I'm being on Johnny on the spot with those. And, I'm cleaning every morning. I clean it 4 times a day, the surface area. Because I'm kind of testing it where I keep... This is how I literally...
I can imagine. I get... Because, like I said, I've had, an ingrown hair. Like, and that has gotten kind of big. Not like that, but on my actual sack, no.
That's the weird part.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten them all over.
Because there's like
whatever.
no, like with the thing on your neck, because there's so much flesh there and like subdermal levels, you could see how it could build up underneath there. But then the scrotum.
That's why
really,
I kind of am confident in the fact that, like,
it should.
I think this can be home remedied.
Totally.
Because it doesn't have a bunch of under layers. You know what I mean?
But I would, in all seriousness, I would do it tonight. Because you're going to need, in case it backfires, then tomorrow's still Friday, and you can go to you can go back to the wound specialist. But it's gonna keep getting worse because if it's that big and it hasn't like popped itself, it's not going to.
It's hard. That skin is so, and you're right, it's tougher. And if this was one of the ingrown hairs I've gotten before, like on my waistband, not even a question. I'd be like, we'll take care of this.
But if it's hurting like that. That surprised me because that skin has like no feeling.
It's literally the perfect corner, and every man out there knows you can't itch your nutsack, right?
Not really.
You got to kind of pinch
or stretch, but still.
Yeah, I'm a pinching. It's exactly where my nuts always itch. So that must be the most rubbery air,
Yeah.
Rubbing into area or whatever the fuck.
Seriously, like you can take a razor, like a Gillette razor, to your nutsack and like cut it a few times and not even feel it.
That is my only thing is like, how thick is that skin? Like, am I gonna?
You're not gonna bleed out or nothing.
No, I'm not worried about that.
But the pain is the same kind of pain you get with the ingrown hair, right? It's just hot. And pulsating.
This is more painful.
But it's the skin. It's not deeper than the skin. The pain.
No, you can feel.
So you know what it is.
The only thing is, like, it's like that. I gotta fucking suck it up for.
It's gonna hurt.
5 minutes to get, because the thing is it moves. It's your nutsack, and when I notice like when I'm sleeping, it kind of the nuts loosen so it doesn't hurt as much, and then like I gotta stand up and take a dump or whatever, the nuts tighten up, and then I'm like, oh, I can feel it.
Like, does it almost feel like it's one of your testicles is infected?
For a quick second, I was really feeling around. Because I was like having that nut surgery. I was like, well, who knows what this could be?
Well, I think it sounds like it's a flesh wound.
It is.
Not a wound. It's an infected something.
I've felt it for hours now.
But if it woke you up out of your sleep, like
it woke me up out of my sleep.
Last night I was because, of course, there's the thing that pisses me off, man.
Talk about it.
I got my fucking neck fixed. All right, I did all these things I'm uncomfortable with, and we planned this vacation. I'm so excited for. Like, what else?
I mean, I hear you.
Someone's testing me, and it's not funny anymore.
I mean, it hasn't been funny for a while. If I'm you.
It's like, come on,
I mean, it is like, if we could get into it, like, it is just a lot of similar issues. It's not like
I think that your body's not processing infection well, because everything that's been wrong has been.
I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what it is, but but they're similar. And shit, it almost killed you once. I think we told that story here on like the first episode.
Yeah, that was what got me scared last night. I was a little tuned up, and I was like, there's been some similarities of things, but that was so deep into my... I dealt with that for 3 months. I couldn't sit there. I mean, I was...
Yeah, that's my biggest thing is... me personally, like, I would have already figured out if I can do this myself or not. As soon as something bothered me that much, I'm going to see if I can drain it myself.
It's happened so fast, though. And I did I literally was on the fence of like, maybe I don't take the antibiotic so it does fill up and it kind of gives me a head that I can. But I've been taking the antibiotic because I'm thinking, I think it's going to come down to I'm going to do this and cry and hopefully don't pass out and bust my
I
head.
don't think it's gonna be. It's just skin.
I still, though, don't think you should be slicing your own self open.
I love my brother. I Here's another thing.
I mean, if it's, I'll do it.
I know you would.
I think it's unsafe for you to be doing it.
Can you see it good?
No.
Okay, yeah. I mean, honestly, the real, the adult thing to do here is say you should go to the hospital. But I would do it.
Here's the thing.
But I can't make any promises.
I know. Here's the thing. I think if I go to the hospital,
they're gonna be like, your shit's all fucked up.
yeah, they're gonna want to keep me there for a few days. They're gonna do some blood work, I think.
Here's the thing, though. I think you're thinking that they keep people in the hospital more than they do. You were almost dying.
Yeah, they try
When
to
they
keep.
kept
but
you
I
last
didn't
time.
know that.
You were
so
in
that
kidney
might be
failure.
happening now.
Your blood pressure was so low that you couldn't stand up to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, they kick people out of hospitals now. Like as
I
soon
don't
as
think
they
you
can.
remember how shitty you were feeling.
Good point.
I'm gonna give you the man advice because I wouldn't want to go to the hospital either. I would get a hot
That's
compress, steaming hot. It's gonna hurt. It's going to hurt, but you apply that to the skin as much as you can. Bring it to the surface as far as you can, and literally not anything other than a razor blade. Don't try to do it with a knife.
well, yeah, I'm not gonna.
It has to be a
That's the only
razor.
thing we don't have. I don't.
Well, I'll
have.
bring you one over.
I think we're gonna have to.
Yeah, we don't have anything.
I have straight blades. And
I
don't-
should have told you to bring one over.
And don't do a little nick.
No, because I want to get.
You gotta slice, not an inch. I don't know how big it is, but you know what I mean. Don't poke and prod it.
No, I'm going to be
if-
precise with it.
I would even do the hot salt or salt water.
That was the one thing
that shit works, man.
I'm thinking about. I mean, a compress, yes, but I'm literally thinking about getting a hot ass shower, and taking a cup in there
Just go to work.
and having it hot as shit, and just dip my nuts
Right.
in the cup.
That's a good idea. You should definitely get a shower and clean the whole area.
Oh, before I do, yeah, I'm gonna probably do it in the shower.
Yeah, that makes
Like
sense.
I'm gonna get a real hot shower,
The
and that'll
steam
help
and the
loosen the
heat.
skin up, and then just nick it, squeeze it.
It's gonna hurt, but it will be immediately 1,000 times better if you can just get some of it out. But honestly, it sounds to me like if you get a little bit out, you're gonna get it all out.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm pretty sure.
It's a pocket.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
Ain't got no pockets.
But yeah,
It's just
it is annoying.
the
I'm
humorous part of it is why me, God? I'm getting ready for a vacation. I'm super excited about. I'm already trying to not be the fat guy, so I'm fucking gearing up. I already have my outfits picked to be comfortable,
Fuck
but,
it's
but
not.
still look good.
It's not a fat guy thing. It's a fucking.
No, I'm just meaning this. I'm just saying for vacation, not wanting to be the hindrance, because I often am, whether it be me getting hurt, pooping my pants, or whatever.
I wish we were doing this podcast when we went whaling and we could take in a picture of your fucking windburnt face. That was so crazy.
At least that was at the last of it.
That was fucking wild.
At least I got through the whole vacation and got to see the whales.
You look like one of those fucking Russian reindeer herders
Yeah.
out in what is it?
I look like evolution did that to me. That they're
Like a permanently windburned human. That shit was crazy. Just from being on a boat for what, 3 hours?
well, it wasn't even the boat. It was the
wind.
ride home. Really, is because I was hanging my dumbass face. The sun finally came out, and the cold breeze felt good. And I still think that there was somebody that was working on that boat that was laughing, going like, he doesn't even realize what he's doing.
I don't think so. I don't think that happens to most people. You have sensitive ass skin to any kind of sun.
But
and-
I was
and
the
that
only
wind.
one hanging my face over.
You can.
Maybe.
Hanging your face, like standing on the boat and putting your face, like that's not that much of a difference.
No, but I was getting.
Most people had a hood on. I will say that. But like, it fucked you up, dude. I wish you had a picture of it for the people, dude.
Bad enough where mom was like, she like forced pain medication on me. I was like, no, I'll be fine. And just sitting in the car, and my eyes were just leaking tears. And she's like wiping them off. I was like, ow, don't touch my face. And she was like, take these. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
And I've had to adapt to going to places and vacations with you where I have to get a chuckle out of it. Because it does, something always
It's
does
funny.
happen.
I mean, at that point, I go, because that one, I go, I did this to myself. And it was, once again, I overindulged. I was like, this feels...
No, time out. You should be allowed to indulge in wind as much as the next guy.
What you don't realize is, like, because
I mean, that's not overindulging.
I was hanging over enough where I was getting splashes of water. So that cold water was, I think, masking the feeling of pain.
And it was cold. So maybe your face... Well, I was cold as fuck.
Well, that's when the sun came. Like, I was starting... Like, I took my one coat off. I was starting to feel good. I was on the trip back, and I fucking hanging over looking at the cool views.
Rachel, can you actually look up for me if this is a normal thing that happens to people on boats?
I mean, people get windburn on boats.
Do they? I've
Yeah.
never heard of that.
This was a mixture
Windburn
of...
is a really common thing.
Yeah.
But yours was
I mean,
bad.
You were NARS, dude. That was
Yeah.
gnarly. But this is different though because
I didn't
You
do
have
this to
time.
me.
You have time though to address this. So, I'm glad that the people know now and that we're all rooting for you.
Regardless, like, this is... I will go on vacation. There's not... I will throw up in lobbies if I have to.
We don't want that. That's the thing.
Maybe I will just get a scooter.
Get a scooter then.
Maybe
But it's
I'll
still
just
gonna
bring my
hurt.
boot. Well, like right now, like just as long as I can find the spot. But like when I go to stand up, I gotta do like a weird like help it pick up with me.
Uh-huh.
I mean, maybe I'll enjoy it more if I just fucking fake a boot and get on a scooter.
I
I
think
told you to do that a lot of times, and you never will.
Yeah, because I've seen fat people with a boot on, and I go, I don't believe them.
that's just human nature. Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah.
That's because you're lazy, dude.
But you got time to address it.
Yes, and I will. It's gonna just have to be, I think, me manning up and cutting. It's gonna be hard.
I will help you if we do it when we're done here.
I would let him try to do it himself first.
I do not trust him wielding a razor to an area that he can't see.
First of all,
He's probably going to want to have
can
some
see
drinks
it.
first.
I mean, can we be honest? I should be allowed to.
Not if you're cutting it yourself. And alcohol thins your blood.
This
So
is
you're
the-
going to be bleeding out in the shower,
the-
passed out.
But the Patreon will be great. Seriously though, she makes a good point. And I'm just gonna tell you now that this kind of pain will not be numbed by alcohol.
Then you'll just get more
it's gonna
freaked
hurt.
out, and I'm going to have to deal
It's
with you.
gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt because that is small little pores with a whole lot of pressure. It's good that you have those antibiotics,
I'm keep pumping those. I've been.
We have a
gearing-
refill, too, to pick up.
but that won't. At this point, it's not gonna make it smaller.
No,
But
yeah.
it won't let it. If you get it out, or at least some of it.
Then it'll help you to fight it.
Yeah, exactly. It won't swell back up. But I think the game plan's pretty good up until who's going to make the cut. That's on y'all. Like I said, I'll do it, but I know you don't want me to. So I'll bring you the razor, and you have to do it tonight or at least give it a real try. Not a college try, a real try. Because it's just going to get worse anyway. It's going to hurt like a motherfucker. I can't imagine having... I've had ingrown hairs. I've gotten ones...
It's just because that skin,
If that's even what it is. I don't know what else it could be, but...
it is different.
It's totally different. It's more... That skin is actually really tough.
And the way, like, that's why, like...
And nuts are sensitive, but the scrotum is some rough and tumble skin, dude.
This is where I do wish, like... Man, I wish I had a fucking Percocet saved in the back of a closet somewhere.
I don't think this pain is even that kind of pain. It's gonna.
I just mean for the cut. I would rather, like, you can cut. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid of that, but this is like
when something's infected.
It's
like,
the nutsack, dude. It's so scary down there. And the fucking sad. I have no dick right now. The swelling my body has gobbled up my penis.
Yeah. Well,
because where it is, it's pushed everything up. And
would you say that you are at 150% capacity? Like if on a normal day you're at 100%, has your scrot more than almost, like, how much bigger is it?
I wouldn't say 150, but we're not far off.
Okay.
It's hard to tell. Because that's the thing.
Plus nuts change.
That's what I mean. Like there will be days where my nuts are like all tight, and then there'll be days I wake up and I'm like, whoa, these things are hanging lower than they ever have
it
before.
changes throughout the day. But
especially when you're sleeping, because you get hot, and it's weird because like if your body gets a certain hot, your nuts will loosen up, but if they get too hot, then they go inside your body, because like the nuts want to keep itself at a certain temperature.
They have a mind of their own, bro. I never know what they're doing down there. The only time it makes sense to me is when I'm cold, and they tighten up, or when you're about to bust a nut, and then they get real tight. Other than that, they have a mind of their own. They do their own thing.
So we're dealing with that, and I will. I'm gonna have to pony up, soldier boy. Pony up, soldier boy. Is that it?
Yeah. And Godspeed, man.
Yeah, we'll get it. Yeah, I have to. But I'm just wondering, how do you bandage nuts? Like, I just hold a paper towel there.
Yeah, but
because it's gonna be a small.
Yeah, once it's drained.
Just keep some paper, although, I'll tell you what. I've always, you cut yourself. What do you put on? Neosporin, right?
When I cut myself, I don't do anything.
But I'll tell you what.
I think I cut myself before I came over
here. You do. I can see a little blood there.
Yeah.
But, at the doctor.
Me on a fucking podcast.
You can't see. At the doctor, getting my stitches removed, and after the surgery, she just said a glob of Vaseline.
Vaseline's an amazing product.
Because it really...
I get excited talking about that.
Can we talk about Vaseline?
Well, and she injected antibiotics into your neck.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I don't think it was as important to put like a Neosporin or something on there too.
But yeah, we looked into it. Like, it helped. Actually, like Neosporin isn't the best for like healing process. Like, it's got the antibiotic in there, but when you just put a goop of Vaseline on there, it helps like seal it. You know what I mean? Like, because air's not getting there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they look exactly the same. Neosporin's probably basically Vaseline with like a little...
Just the antibiotic in there.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes the antibiotics aren't great to help like the scarring or the healing process, because it might be getting... kind of like, might be killing good and bad bacteria, if that makes sense.
I get where you're...
I don't know where the balance is, but...
This is interesting, though. We'll be inquiring about... Like, yeah, because you can't bandage your testicles.
I'll just put a gloop of...
yeah.
Well, actually, once we cut it and I get it out, I'll peroxide it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Just at first, and then gloop of Vaseline. And, I mean, it's my nuts, so I can just, like, sit with a paper towel there with underwear on and just...
And again, you don't have to...
A cut that small will heal by tomorrow.
Especially with a sharp blade. But, like I always say, that skin's tough, so you don't have to pussyfoot around it. It's just going to be that infection, like the swelling, but it's...
That's why I'm glad I started the antibiotics, too.
Yeah, but it's good, tough skin. And I have faith. And,
I live a rough life, people.
I mean, at least it gives us something to talk about on the podcast.
I live an experienced life. I'd like some of these stories to be yours. I much would prefer
if I had some of them.
Yeah, like why? Like I'm back to back to back to back.
I'll maybe. Never mind. I'm not gonna say. I was gonna say maybe I'll like break my ankle on accident or something, but that can't happen.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, something that home remedy style, because this would make more sense for you. You could home remedy this. You don't have to. The thing that makes it hard is I have the option. I have insurance. I should probably go.
Yeah, when you were at the doctor, the dermatologist, was it like?
And it hadn't happened yet
at all.
It's been a thing for like.
So yes, the answer is
no,
yes.
Yes.
It
no,
was
but like literally, I thought it was just a pimple for like 3 weeks.
Fucking pimples don't last 3 weeks, bro. Now I'm upset.
And it had blown up before, but then it went down. But it was still there.
So this is not just a random act of God. This is you, dog. 3 weeks.
But then it fixed itself.
Because that
it
happens.
went away.
That doesn't.
It
Yeah,
went
so
away.
did your neck thing, and then it came back.
Yeah, you.
Can we just admit, like, you're not showing, dude, you don't know, this doctor is 90-pound Asian lady, so happy with 4 people in the
Oh, no, I wouldn't want to show her my nuts either, but I would have fucking.
It wasn't at the,
I would have popped it.
If when I was sitting there.
No, I'm talking about 3 weeks ago.
Well, I mean, like, I think I have a pimple on my nutsack.
Yeah, dude, I check my nutsack for pimples like once a week.
But that's what I'm saying. You're right. Pimples don't last 3 weeks, but this was nothing.
Okay.
You know what it would have felt like? I think something's on my nuts. Can you look for me? And it would have been weird because it wasn't. Now, if it was in the state it is now.
No, I'm not mad at you for not showing the dermatologist or bringing it up. I'm saying anytime I have any type of blemish I try to pop your dog's pimples.
Well, that's the thing.
So you can imagine.
So, Rachel, can you defend me in the fact that you tell me don't try to pop it until it's ready? You are a pre-popper.
I think you should have told the dermatologist.
But it wasn't a thing at that point.
It's easy for you to say. You don't have to show the dermatologist your butthole or anything.
And
I would if I had something on it.
Yeah.
Dude, doors are just
Easy.
opening and closed. This isn't a hospital.
But it is her job. She looks at the gnarliest shit. So you're both right. I get it.
I asked her, actually. Okay? Let me put this on record, and then we'll do a smoke break. When I first went in, when I was getting my surgery on my neck, she tries to make small talk.
Right.
Okay? Because there is noises, and it's weird. And you can tell it's small talk, but I'm like, thank you for doing this. Yeah, whatever. And I go, like, do people ever, and not even thinking about my situation, I said, like, can these go anywhere? She goes, yeah, cysts can grow anywhere. I was like, even, like, the bad place? She's like, yeah, most people tell, like, if that ever happens, they just ask for a topical ointment or something. They never ask me to remove them.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, my cyst is different what this is.
No, I know, but I mean that makes sense. That's the last thing you want to do is have to show any doctor your dick or balls or vagina or I get that.
If this was an old Jewish dude,
no, you wouldn't.
I might, but I would be closer to giving him a call.
Okay, you'd be closer. To you still wouldn't, and I get it to a point, but these are now recurrences that are concerning.
This is also there's no men who work here. Okay, I have to even the assistant who comes in and talks to you first.
It's like a couple cute co-eds.
Yeah. And I
get it.
I already don't have a piece I'm trying to show off, and then with this pain, it's like, can I just show you the bottom of my shorts and not show you everything else?
I imagine that a guy, even with a piece he's proud of, in that setting, I don't think they're excited to show it.
And also you're sitting on a weird table, so like, the only thing I could think, like if I was like, can I show you this, would be to do Captain Morgan stance.
Yeah, there's only really a few positions.
Maybe that's what they do.
Or you could bend over and do the goat. Then you don't have to look her in the eyes while she's checking it out. Where is it on the sack specifically? Back, front, middle, left, right.
Like
it's like bottom right.
Like the most heavy, like most floor facing
Your
part.
right or his right?
My right.
His right.
Okay.
So most bottom facing of the nut is where it started, and it's kind of like.
Okay.
Because it's changed the shape of it.
It is hard to see then, I guess.
There's no way he can see it.
I mean, I can see my own taint if I really want to look.
You can't. It's underneath your
See
body.
how mean she was about that?
Underneath
No
your
way
body.
he could see that. You fucking bitch.
It's underneath your body.
How
You
about I
can't-
say, Rachel can't see her own vagina.
Well, remember we were talking about when you waxed Rachel's beehole, and like, there's only a few positions that are good for that, but for a man, like if you laid on your back, to see the bottom.
Here's the thing.
Does it point straight down, basically?
It started, but it's kind of creeping up to the front a little bit.
Okay. What, do you have a mirror?
I could do a mirror.
Yeah, I
Honestly,
would- that's what I would
I
do.
think by feel I would do the best.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you know exactly where the center of that pain is.
But also, it's hard to cut yourself when you're scared. That's what I think. Like
That is
to
true.
get yourself to
That's
fully
another
do
thing
it.
why I think if I didn't look.
Either way, it's
But
gonna it's gonna be.
You're my
hard.
wife. You have to do this. You said no to me, and I go, that's.
I told you your brother can do it.
I didn't sign mutual in front of all of our friends and family of through life and death with him. Okay.
Someone else signed you up for that one.
Well, she's not around anymore, so he doesn't have a
But
contract binding us.
I said I will do it as soon as we're done with the podcast. You take your shower. Steven will run
I'll
get
get you a
the
blade.
blade.
And the other reason I said I would do it is because I know if I needed to, you would do it for me.
Of course.
I don't want to do it,
Of course.
but I also want to enjoy a trip. So if I have to fucking, if I have to do it, I want it to be done right.
It's,
But I would honestly make me nervous because I'm imagining what it might be, but what if it's not just an ingrown hair or whatever? Because you've never had one on your nuts before, really, have you? An ingrown hair?
No, my sole scare of it is that I have that scar, and what the scar was from is because my testicle twisted. He basically just like 1 or 2 stitches and stitched my nut to my sack so it wouldn't twist again. But that didn't stay there. That was because remember this kind of the testicular torsion happens when you're going through puberty. So basically, it's while your nuts are dropping, it keeps that nut
Keeps it in place.
from not spinning.
I get it.
So that's my only concern. But like, you can feel there's 2 walls there.
No, that's what it's weird skin, bro. So it's not like other skin. You can't compare it to like a different spot. But let's take a smoke break, and then we're going to change the subject.
Yeah.
Because we're going to update everybody on how this goes. And I know they're going to be looking forward to that.
Also, Patreon, guys. I can't tell you what. I don't know. There might be something on Patreon. Who knows? I don't think there will be. I don't want to oversell anything.
Yeah, that's not going to be on the page.
Just join Patreon because
Just do it.
Patreon's
We're going
fun.
on vacation, so you'll see if I'm limping or if it's just them 2 and I'm in the hospital
Or
because
if
we cut my nut off.
Or if he's in a car.
Rachel and Steven in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Check out our bonus segment, Smoke Break, only on Patreon.
Could have waited till I was finished chewing on my ice. cube.
There's always you're always chewing ice. The kid's got you got an ice addiction.
It's gone. Done. So real quick before we get into anything else.
I wanted to, give me some current events. I didn't even fucking realize it. This is how dumb I feel sometimes. Don't you bitch.
So Elon Musk launched his Starship rocket today. And it was so weird, man, because everything was going good, and there was like a live, recording of it.
What was the purpose of the launch? Was it just to get to outer space?
Because these are a new series of really large, the largest rockets we've launched in America since the Apollo missions. So they can carry a huge payload.
Was this one that he's testing to do like the commercial thing where you can go to space?
No, this is for for some new moon expeditions and basically it's a reusable gigantic rocket which doesn't exist right now. So
Yeah, because we spend billions of dollars
and then it's just
to get it
blows
up again, and then just basically crash lands.
Yeah, it's only one use. So you're talking about cutting the expense of putting something heavy in space by like, 500%.
Billions of dollars.
Yeah. Apparently, the number is like previously it cost like tens of thousands of dollars per pound to put something in space. This brings it down to like 58 cents per pound.
It's a good deal.
Per ounce. Anywho, that's not the point. The point is, everyone's cheering watching this thing go off today. Everything was going well. And then it clearly...
Rachel, how bad do I look when I lounge like this?
I mean, it's not horrible.
Okay. Didn't want to interrupt, but I'm just trying to, I don't want the people to think I'm not a sex magnet.
Right. But the fucking thing didn't perform its final maneuver where it's supposed to, like, do some kind of flip or something. Like this... how they separate in stages?
Yeah. It launches and the bottom falls out and then another propulsion.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing just blew up instead of doing what it was supposed to do. And the crowd just kept cheering it, and they didn't even react. And, like, the people on the news that were announcing it, like, didn't react to the fact that the goddamn thing blew up. So you're looking at it, and you're like...
Was it obvious that it blew up?
Yes. It was so fucking weird, dude. Like, nobody wanted to admit what they were seeing. And I actually had to, like, go online and, like, check to verify what I thought I saw, which was that the thing
Now,
blew
you didn't
up.
watch this live, did you?
No, that's what I'm saying. So I had to go online and check, like, did I just see what I think I just saw?
Because you're a smart guy, but if you imagine, like, waking up at 6 a.m. to go watch the space launch.
No, I'm not setting my watch to a test launch.
Although to go one live would be cool.
Oh, yeah, dude. And that's what I think the people that were watching it live, like, that were there, were just cheering because it was exciting. But then when it blew up, they kept cheering. It was so fucking odd. And even, like I said, the broadcast, the people that were, like, kind of doing play-by-play, they didn't, like, acknowledge that the damn thing blew up. But apparently, this is not something they expected, but it's not like a major setback because it was just a test launch.
No one was in there?
No. This is a new series of gigantic rockets.
Yeah, we're just sending robots up there. Well, robotic.
What they were talking about is that because it's Elon Musk's thing, he can kind of push whatever missions he wants. Like, I mean, you need cooperation from scientists and from NASA, but...
Well, I did learn. I was not that long ago that, like, NASA... I always thought NASA was, like... We have the Army, the Navy, and NASA. Like, it is kind of its own independent thing, right?
And it's not been very productive since that.
A lot of money gets funneled in there.
But they work on, like, defense-type shit. But, like, in terms of, like, ambitious projects, they're so expensive that the public got out of the business of wanting to fund these things. Because sometimes they fail.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, it's like we've been to the moon. And do you believe we went to the moon?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It is fun. And it is possible that it could be faked. But for the patriot in me, I refuse to believe we faked
Me too.
that.
USA beat Russia to the moon. And
even if we faked it, that's almost more impressive. That we tricked everybody. But no, I think we really did. So what was your question going to be?
I was going to say, like...
Rachel, do you believe we landed on the moon?
Yeah, I was just going to say, does it look like Gene has a rash on the right side of his face?
I think it's the lighting.
Probably. Well, it's from my body is not up to date.
Apparently, you're one giant rash.
If I was... Yeah, I'm an iPhone 6 not being updated, I think, is what's
They should
happening.
get you in the Wuhan lab and run some blood tests and stuff. They might be able to, like, really advance certain sciences.
Yeah. But no... Oh, actually, let me write that down.
We're really looking for new revenue streams here.
You guys want to test my blood? I'm all for it, guys. Come on.
But anyway, Elon... in conjunction with NASA, they want to go back to the moon and, like, build a permanent base on the moon.
Okay, because that's what I was going to say. I was like, I can see, like, why are we going to keep funding NASA just to go to the moon again? Like, we put our flag up there and we did it cool. Like, there's no sense of spending billions of dollars just to redo something.
Right. Well, the idea is if we can build a base on the moon, then we can have scientists there to do all kinds of new science. experiments. But like the idea is like he did I had a documentary about how he wants to go send people to Mars, and like a bunch of people said like they'll volunteer to go. Like really accomplished, impressive people volunteered to go, knowing that that's too far away. There's no return mission. And I would do it too.
When 7 years ago, I'd be like, no. Turning 31, I'd go, what the fuck am I missing back here?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Can I bring my podcasting equipment?
Dude, talk about a revenue stream.
That fucking, you ever watch that Moonbase 7 or whatever it is?
I did. Yeah,
that was good. But that's what. Okay, so but was this supposed to be just a test? So like
it was supposed to be a successful test, though. It wasn't supposed to blow up.
But were they supposed to go to the moon, or were they just supposed to go and come back?
No, they're still in the stages of showing that this new gigantic, reusable-ish. It's only reusable, like the rockets can be pulled out of the Gulf and refueled and launched like in the same day. That's the goal. And everything went well except for the separation where these fuel tanks, I guess, were supposed to come back to the Gulf to be retrieved. The whole thing just exploded. It didn't separate right. So it was an expensive failure, like a mistake, but it wasn't
But at least
it
it's
wasn't
not-
like the Challenger exploding.
It's not tax dollars money, though.
It's Elon's money.
That's why he's such an impressive guy. Whether you like him or not, he's fucking weird. I watch a lot of
He's
his
a robot.
interviews.
He's a robot.
very weird, but
I'll take a robot as a friend, dude. If that's, keep it up, Elon.
Did you see he changed the name of Twitter?
To Doge or whatever.
No, that was the logo. But if you go on Twitter, it'll tell you that you have to sign a new or acknowledge a
user
new
agreement.
thing. And
Well, I
it's
seen
now
they're taking-
X Corp.
They're taking
Nuh-uh.
they're taking the blue check marks away
That
from
happened
people,
today.
right?
That's all people were talking about on Twitter. Dude, I've been on Twitter for like a month, and I'm fucking more hip to the jive than you are.
It's
It's
like,
still
I
called
don't-
Twitter.
I just watch
don't know
street
if, like-
cooking videos and cats and dogs. So yeah.
I don't know if the app itself, like the name of the app, will change, but the company of Twitter is now X Corp.
Okay. Yeah.
So his stock market name changed. Okay.
Yeah,
cool,
I don't know.
dude.
It just made you like acknowledge a new agreement.
I'll
Yeah.
give the guy this. He's got balls.
I'm for him. People are against him. He scares the shit out of me.
Well, I mean, when we already did a pod about AI, but he's been warning about that shit for years.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, like, they want to regulate it, and it's like these old motherfuckers in the Senate
Don't even know how to
they
work
have
their
no
emails.
idea. I don't know how to regulate AI. Like, you need some really next level thinkers.
Well, and it seems like we're already past
It's
it.
too late. Cat's
Yeah.
out of the bag.
So hey, if we can't regulate it, then I'm ride or die with Elon, and I hope I'm on the right side of the fucking tracks. I want some AI. I only got I'm lucky to get another 50 years out of this life. So
I told you, man, if they come up with a matrix that's like fun, plug me in.
it just depends on
Plug me in.
yeah.
I already know what this life's about. Unless I have kids, then like obviously I gotta stick around. Unless you want to do like a package deal and I can bring them in the Matrix.
Get a discount.
Yeah, right. With family package. But yeah, so the rocket blew up, and Godspeed to the next test. I'm sure they'll iron out those kinks. But yeah, the tone deafness of the crowd and the people doing the play-by-play was really awkward.
Well, listen, I'm and maybe in 2 weeks I'll be like delete that episode, but I'm for Elon Musk. Like I like the fact that he's like every other person who tries to do an endeavor is like they want to be like, I want to do this, but I want it government funded.
It's that and
Where this guy goes like, I'll put up, and the way he speaks
can.
is so weird. He goes, I'll put up my own money.
he's South African.
Yeah, but also a little bit of autism in there.
Yeah,
I
he's
think.
weird. One thing I
And
don't
/ robot.
I don't really jive with about him is like I appreciate that he bought Twitter and like is doing everything he can to de-censor it, because I'm a big free speech, even if it's hurtful to your feelings. Like you can't really limit speech without limiting the good ideas too, whether you like them or not. But he's way too active on Twitter. It's a bad look.
But also,
He clearly is addicted to it.
I think he has just a PR team, probably.
No.
No?
No, trust me. It's him tweeting.
Well,
I mean, let him. It's
dude.
fine. I still like him, but it is the one thing. Like I would say, like
If I owned Facebook, I would never not be Facebooking.
I like to think if I had fucking $45 billion, he's the richest man on earth. I didn't know
Well,
that.
also, he like doesn't. I to my knowledge, like I think his one vice is Twitter and spending a lot of money.
But spending a lot of money on like his projects. Not like Ferraris and mink coats. I don't
That's
think.
what I mean. So
Yeah, let him tweet. I get it. But I would just like to think.
we have presidents that tweet every 3 minutes.
But he should be above all that. But fuck the president.
That's why I'm surprised that I don't know this, but I would assume when he goes, like, he wakes up in the morning and there's 7 people around, maybe not in his room, that are, the second he goes, man, I want some eggs Benedict right now, and someone goes, can I tweet this? I want some eggs Benedict
No,
right now.
they're not that kind of tweets. They're like real politicized culture war stuff. It's clearly his thoughts.
Well, when you have that much money, I guess that's the only, that's the only conversations you're having.
He's also, like you said, a cyborg, so he probably doesn't have that many real close friends.
True.
I mean, shit. He's like next level everything. And when you have that much money, getting new friends when you're that rich is like impossible.
It's hard, yeah. You ever hear that, you ever watch that, or watch Fat Joe, his thing of how he lost 46 friends in like a matter of 5 minutes?
No.
He went on vacation because, he's from the Bronx or whatever, so he
took the
brings his
neighborhood.
people. Yeah, whatever. And he goes and pays for when they go on vacation. And he just kind of had like an epiphany.
Epiphany. Epitome is a word, though, for the record.
He had a thing happen in his brain.
He had a revelation.
Revelations. But no, he basically was like, it was like in the middle of the night or really early in the morning, said, call everybody in, and said, yo, I ain't got it no more. Which he did. He still had the money. And like 44 of the 50 dudes were like, all right, well, peace.
They stopped talking to him.
Like immediately.
Right.
The way he tells it. And then the 6 dudes, Big Pun, who's dead now, was one of them. But so now he's got 5 dudes. He's like, those are the only dudes that roll around with me. When you get money, dude, it's impossible to like have loyal ass dudes.
Yeah, and people that were actually legit friends turn and change. But no one feels bad for people with $45 billion. I don't have any friends either. Boo-hoo.
Was it him? I always get him and no, it's Bezos that his wife divorced him and she became the 2nd richest woman in the world just from the divorce, right?
Yeah. That's why I was surprised when I found out that Elon is the richest man in the world. I would have thought Bezos had more money than him.
He might have without that divorce.
Yeah, right.
But also, dude, we probably don't know even a quarter of Elon Musk's IT, all of his businesses. He probably has things we don't even know the words for.
Yeah, you could say the same about Bezos, though.
Yeah.
Like all the military contracts fucking Amazon does with the Amazon Web Systems and all these. There's tons of businesses going on. But, yeah. Bezos is,
I'm an Elon over Bezos guy.
Yeah, but if I was rich like that, I would be more Bezos. Like you just don't hear from him.
Yeah, me too.
So
I would like to think I'd be like, you know what? I want to move this generation forward, but realistically, I have X amount of years left, unless they know something we don't know.
Right.
Freeze my body for 50 years.
What's your thoughts on the cryogenics? Do you think that's actually something that you would consider?
Well, no, I don't want to wake first. Well,
Okay.
with this body, no. If I was super healthy, you're waking up and you're waking up being the dumbest guy in the world. You're waking up on like 5-year-olds have more advantage than you do.
I hear you.
Unless you have $70 billion
But
to just.
if you woke up 500 years from now, the chances that dollars are even the currency is very small.
Yeah.
But
Even if it's 50 years, I'm going to go, dude, I'm going to be so dumb. I look at the way mom and dad use technology, and they should have evolutionized with it, and they didn't. I'm going to wake up and be like, hey, plug this into your ear, and now you know everything in the world. I'm going to go, I don't even want that.
I don't know. It's interesting. I don't think it's a science that has any chance of actually working, so I wouldn't do it.
A lot of my decisions come down to, have they made the no guilt, no problematic Percocet yet?
Yeah, I honestly, I'm surprised that hasn't been
It is out
yet.
there.
I guess because it's not profitable enough. If
Yeah.
it's not addictive.
If we don't have problems that put people in the hospitals and keep people hooked on it,
Yeah, I was watching this interview with this guy.
how is there not a pill that just reverses
the addiction?
puts more serotonin or whatever the fuck it is in there, doesn't make you constipated or something?
They do it. It's called fucking antidepressants.
Yeah. Some people just refuse to take them.
Yeah, that's it. That's
I won't take antidepressants.
okay.
She keeps trying to get me to go to therapy and take antidepressants.
That's because she loves you, dude. You should be
Yeah,
glad.
and I don't want you to take all your bullshit out on me.
And that.
First of all, you're acting like I'm some abusive guy. I just happen to bitch a lot. Not towards you, just out to the world.
Yeah, and I'm the one here.
Well, just keep watching TV and let me bitch.
That's
I
why,
block you out.
that's why we started the podcast, so we can air some of our grievances. You know?
I'll tell you what. Nah, not even worth getting into.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Me and Rach already had it out about it. It's not worth talking
Okay.
about. So, all right. So no one died on the thing, and
Apparently it was still a success, according to SpaceX, which is a fucking lame name for a space company.
I agree.
That's the only
There's-
thing I'll say. But he doesn't look at him. He doesn't look at a guy who's going to come up with a cool name.
No, he can come up with cool ideas, but yeah, he's
He's a bit of a follower.
got a bit of a dweeb in him.
He smoked a blunt with Joe Rogan on the Joe Rogan show, and clearly he doesn't smoke weed, which is never a good idea.
but was still able to keep himself together. I gotta
But
say,
yeah, it was just fucking weird. I watched that. It was awkward.
it was.
But yeah, go Elon. Keep on keeping on. Some of
you-
these modern rockets look like dildos, bro. They really do.
You ever watch the movie The Dictator?
Yeah.
When he throws the guy in prison because he's like, no, the rocket ship should be pointed. And he goes, no, that's not how it works. And then, like, when he's on the other end of it, he goes, like, I don't care if it's pointed. He goes, you threw me in prison for 13 years because you wanted it pointed.
He's good. What happened to him?
He's still doing
Sasha Baron
Sacha
Cohen.
He's still doing some stuff.
Don't sleep on the Ali G show.
Dude, the Ollie is worth going back.
That's some of his best shit.
I swear I see people do this, and I don't know if this is true, but I think Ali G started
I always
this.
thought that was people who packed their fucking chew.
Yeah, but
isn't that a chew can thing?
No, I see people do it without the chew in their hand, but I thought it was kind of like a tick.
No, I just thought it was like Ali G in there. Booyakasha.
Yeah.
Booyakasha.
Wagwan.
But one thing, so we have our trip coming up. So I'm kind of like, this is my stop point or whatever you want to call it. You went jogging the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. I want to get myself back into the gym. After this trip, I'm going to kind of do a resurrection of some sorts. Not that I've been being crazy, but paying for a gym membership. And it's one of those things that every day I wake up and I go,
It's a nag. It's nagging. Right?
I'm like, you're such an idiot, dude. And it's funny because I made my goal. I was like, I'm going to go for the whole month of January. And I did it. And then February 1st, I was like, I'm going to take 2 days off.
So it gets you, doesn't it?
And now we're in April.
Here's the thing. You're always shooting for these goals that are difficult to attain instead of baby stepping in. If you just went 2 hours a week, it'd be better than nothing a week.
You're right. But I thought, and I didn't even set that. I was like, if I started, I want to go 2 to 3 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's not a bad thing. I'm just saying.
no, yeah, but then I was like, I was feeling it like mid-January. I was like, if I can go 4 days a week, I'm gonna feel so good. And I think like 1 week I did that, and then it's the last week I didn't make it, and then it was my birthday, and I was like, I'll take a couple days off.
Yeah.
And then it's just every day it gets harder. It hangs over my head higher and higher.
I do. That's every human being knows what you're going through. So, most people. There are some people who are so annoyingly good at life.
Well, it's just so funny. Thinking in my head, I go, I'm not going to be, because like there's 4 or 5 people when I was going, and I was like, they're the people that go, I can't wait till the January people leave. You know, the New Year resolution people. And I was like, I'm not going to be one of those.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun. I feel like I want to show up with a siren in my hand and be like, I'm back, motherfuckers. Oh, you're so cool and in shape.
I know how to use this. I'm
going to treadmill the shit out of this. It's funny, too, because sometimes when I'm really in my head, I'm on the treadmill and I go, do people think I'm going to maybe break this treadmill?
No one thinks that, bro. That's why you don't like going to the gym.
It's loud. Doosh, 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 doosh.
No, it's not because
I'm
you
on
have
there.
earbuds in.
I'm on there and I go, I hope I don't break this.
You're not going to break the fucking treadmill. And God bless, if you do break the treadmill,
I will kill myself. That's all.
If you break the treadmill, then you need the treadmill more.
you just need, I was going to say, sue those motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
And then who's got egg on their face now? You signed me up for the gym. Your treadmills can't even handle my big steps, right? But I said before, I think on this podcast, the thing holding you back the most is how fucking much you're watching everybody else.
I do. It's me. It's not me watching them. It's me watching them watch me. I feel like.
I get it. I do. We.
You're too worried about what other people are thinking.
If I were to start a gym, every piece of equipment
would be like bathroom stalls.
Yes, everything would have a curtain you
but
can
the
pull.
problem is you're not just like
I'm
that at
gonna
the
buy-
gym. You're like that every single place we go.
I'm going to buy an old hospital or like an elementary school and be like, I'm just going to rent this room. It's got a treadmill and a couple weights in there for an hour. Nobody can watch me.
That's why people work out at home.
Yeah, at first I was like, that's not a terrible idea. You're not the only neurotic person out there, but yes, it's going to turn some people off. I listen, I get it, but if you were really being honest with yourself, if we want to get real here, is that really what makes you not want to go?
No. I'm obviously joking. It's the laziness. I'm lazy. I wake up and I'll sit there, and that first like week of right after January, and being like, Rach, you want to go to the gym? Should we go? We probably should. I go, I think there's a new movie on Max. Wouldn't it be sweet if we just went and made a drink and watched a movie?
Yeah.
I'm too good of a salesman to myself, and then that turns into.
At least you go all in, where like you get a different answer than you were hoping you got back, and you still are like, well, anyway.
I know myself. It's.
But that's why, like, if you could just do it, like, seriously, I'm not being hyperbolic here. If you could just do 2 hours a week.
You're right. I will say.
Because as soon as the feeling of, you know how, like, you go for the first couple weeks and you feel good about yourself, and then that starts to wear off, it's got, like, it shouldn't, but it lessens.
The thing that pissed me off is I was like, that first 3, when you're younger, that first 2 weeks is going to suck. And then it was like that first 3 weeks sucked. Mm-hmm. And that week 4, it got it got a lot better. But then I was just like kind of
plateaued.
I was like, I kind of hit my goal. I got past
Yeah, right.
I got past the suck of it. And I was like, so if I just take off a couple days, come right back.
It's hard to stop and look how long it took me to start running again.
Yeah.
Because I waited a month longer than I planned.
I will say
stopping.
I thought I liked walking on the treadmill, and then I lost because I think I walk a mile on the treadmill. I think I feel better walking an actual half a mile. I mean, you know what I mean? Because it's not just like moving, like because I get to the point where I can just move the muscles to move them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe since it's nice out now, we can just walk to the gym and then use the weights.
Well, fuck walking to the gym. That's
walking.
I was
a
going
mile.
to say walk around the block, then drive to the gym, and then do some free weights.
Hey, man. babies.
Gym's not that far.
Yeah, but then we have to walk back
It's
after
a-
we're tired.
Yeah, cool down.
Rachel, every time we both get in that truck after we work out, we go, I don't know. I planned on getting a shower, but I'm really tired.
Yeah,
That seems like bigger than baby step.
That's what I mean. That's a mile walk there.
I would be like, especially because the walk back is like some hills.
That's what I'm saying. It's people are, a mile walk's bad. Yeah, okay.
Around here it is, dude. Around here the hills are rough.
Shit, just getting out of that parking lot, going up that hill, wrapping around that building is
we could cut through the back and come down behind Giant Eagle. That's how I walked there.
so I now I have to do a real hill.
Never mind.
My
Okay.
ankles can't handle sidewalks sometimes.
Well, that's why I thought the treadmill's actually better because of your ankles.
No, it is.
But it's boring as fuck.
Yeah, and we talked about I watched my 600-pound life for motivation, and then that kind of lost its thing, and I go, okay, listen to music. Then I tried a different TV show or whatever. But it literally is just, it's boring. And also you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, there's no sensory input.
So like I think mentally and probably physically, I would get more out of half a mile of just walking around a block or two than a mile walking on the treadmill.
I was saying that. I was suggesting that before you start going to the gym. That would be. I mean,
We
here's
also have dogs that we can walk with.
fuck the dogs, okay? No,
They do piss and they're not great walkers.
but they give you a reason to be out so that you're not in your head like, oh, are people fucking looking at me?
guy walking?
Which, by the way, people around here, there's a lot of outdoor exercises around here. This is a good community to be an outdoor exerciser, and they don't mind exercising like on main ass roads.
Did I tell you about that guy? It was like I was about to go to bed, smoked a cigarette. It was like 2:30, maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. Some old head rolls up. I'm talking in his 60s, late 60s, with an old ass dog that he could not contain. Like it was like a pit bull mix.
Like a bigger dog.
It was nice, but like it wasn't walking. It was rolling. And I just smoking a cigarette, and he goes, "Hey, you having a good night?" And I go, "Yeah, how you?" And then it opened up the conversation. I talked to this dude. I smoked 2 cigarettes, and then was like, "All right, I got to get going."
And that's what older people are good at.
And he told me, he's like, "I'm in the apartments all the way up there. I like to walk your guys' neighborhoods. Let my dog have different smells and stuff."
What apartment?
It's hard to explain, but like, I mean, he was at least a mile away.
I like to do the nighttime jog sometimes.
It was just funny that like.
You made a best
Because
friend?
I've seen dudes, late at night, but this guy, he was hunting for some conversation, and I was, in the bag smoking some cigarettes. I was like, "Yeah, dude, what's your dog's name?"
You might have saved that guy's life. He'll never know.
Maybe he was a good time. I'll tell you what. If I seen him again, I'm pretty sure he'd go, "How you doing now?"
Should have offered him a drink.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I feel like you could. I don't know.
Yeah, that would have been weird. But no, we had great.
The way you were talking about him, it sounded like he was a rad motherfucker.
He was. I wouldn't offer him drink, but if tonight at 2 o'clock, if he was walking around, I'm pretty sure we'd catch eyes and he'd cross the street to come talk for another half hour again.
Well, now you could talk to him about the Elon Musk rocket ship.
We're probably getting close on time here. One thing I did want to, and
But
I'm
wait,
gonna-
no, wait.
Go
You
ahead.
said it on the pod. It's in the ether now. So, like, are you gonna when we get back? Are you gonna go back to the gym?
I'm gonna get some. I'm making some changes.
Okay.
I don't want to put any promises because then I feel guilty on myself, and that's when I start getting pissed at myself. I start
Yeah,
being on the defense.
little changes are good.
Little
Any
changes.
Little change.
I've been getting better. The older I get, the non-grandioso movements, of making these promises to myself. But I still have the gym membership. For a quick second, I was like, I should cancel this. But
No.
I do like
It's like having a rock in your shoe. You can't just ignore it.
like I think I like having the free weights there. I do like going and like make my arms tired there. But spending an hour there doing half an hour, 45 minutes of cardio, it does like the mental fight of it isn't great. I don't like that part of it.
Yeah,
So
hear
I
you.
think if like one day if I'm just after dinner or something, like let's go for a walk around the block
Dude, whatever works for you.
and whatever, and
Any
then
little
one day
bit.
if I'm bored to go, I'm just gonna go do just biceps. I'm not even gonna do a whole arms, or just hey, I'm gonna go hit 2 machines and get out of there.
Shit, dude. Fucking go dribble a basketball for a half. Anything is better than nothing. Is what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Because what the thing is, it was this like, if I'm gonna go, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have my gym bag, I have a towel.
Gotta get your gear.
Yeah, maybe, but like it was like, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do it. Where it's right around the corner, why can't I just go do quads and hamstrings in 10 minutes and be out of there?
Preaching the choir, man. I've been saying you're not a fucking college athlete anymore. You don't have to think like that.
That's the hard part, is because I've always been get in, bust it, get out, so then I can go have fun.
That's what they always say. I hate these cliches, but like that's when you always hear people talk about. It's not about what do they say? It's about creating a new lifestyle.
Lifestyle changes versus like a diet or like.
Why did I have a hard time getting that out? Yeah, lifestyle changes instead of
We have a
trying.
gas leak in here.
Instead of trying to fucking like run a triathlon and then be done with it. You know, it's not easy.
I'm getting better and better at it. That is the hard part of transitioning, because we've said, and we both agreed, like, I kind of wish I wanted to go there to socialize, because then I wouldn't have a problem hanging out, not doing nothing for 20 minutes, talking to somebody about their shoes, and then doing calves, hanging out, then do.
It's like a way to get you there other than yourself.
But I like, knowing myself, I think I have to learn and make adjustments and go, I hate going there, but I do like the feeling afterwards. So boom, I'm just gonna go do 2 workouts, get the fuck out. I'm not even gonna go into the locker room.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, yeah.
Now we were going in the winter, so you kind of had to go in the locker room because you had a coat on.
That
but
was
like
part of it too. I mean, driving there in the snow, like that put a little extra layer of like.
It didn't sno here but once.
But
no,
it's
when it's cold.
Put your coat on.
I know. I know. That's why I stopped running, because I had to wear 4 layers, a fucking gaiter to cover my face. It's too much. But it's hard to start again.
You're right. You know what? I should set not a visits hourly thing. Like, 2 hours a week to do something.
Yeah, like if I only run once a week.
If I do
I don't get
a
mad.
15-minute walk.
That's fine.
And then the next day, drive there, 15-minute leg exercise.
Yeah, it's no big deal. It's good. That's a good thing.
Because it was like the visits. I'm like, my thing was I want to get there and just get cardio out of the way. And that is the sports background of like,
yeah,
you want to play football? I love the games. You have to go to practices.
No, I get it. But
I will say,
I hope you do it.
We're going to. I want you both. I should maybe find mine and wear it. I'm going to be interested to see what our walking steps are going to be at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well,
as long as I get my nut fixed.
My iWatch. That's not if you're going to get the nut fixed. But
I had to circle it back. I'm a comedian, guys.
Yeah. I was looking today. The weather's going to be nice. It's not going to be real hot.
Yeah, we'll have to figure. I think Saturday we'll maybe all meet up, go to the grocery store to kind of just. We don't want to get too much stuff because we are going to want to hit the bagel place or, whatever little things. But we're going to want to have some snackies.
I have some things. And I need to do laundry because I have to have the right outfits.
Me too.
I have to have the right outfits.
I pack.
Guys, we all need to do laundry. I'll start mine tomorrow.
We have to, because I pack like stealing jokes off 100 people. I pack like I'm going to shit myself twice a day. I need lots of undies. And we're going to have to figure, because we're bringing the dogs, so we'll have to figure out what we put in the bed of the truck. We're going to have to basically try and figure out the way to put all the stuff in the bed of the truck. So.
Well, yeah, I'm only bringing 1 suitcase.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but if it's raining while we're driving, I just mean like we're just going to have to
we'll be all
pack
right.
the truck.
Yeah,
in.
I mean, I think we could fit our stuff in the truck.
Well, Steven's got to sit in the
yeah,
back.
I have to sit in the back, so I don't like having the dogs all on top of me.
Well, guess what?
I don't mind being.
You're going to have the dogs all on top.
It drives me nuts, but all right.
All right. Well, hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Basically talked about my health, and
he's gonna be all right.
I'm gonna be all right though. That's the thing. We're about to do some real surgery.
You have to be all right though, because that is the spirit of the podcast. And earlier you were getting a little like, I'm not gonna be aight. No, dude, fuck that. You're gonna be aight.
No, I will be all right. It's I'm about to. It's one of those things. If I could flash forward like an hour and a half,
It'd be nice.
that would be nice. But I gotta live life, I guess.
Yo, real quick, this morning I was freaking out. My back was hurting. Like I felt sick, and my back was hurt. Not sick, but like something was off. And I was like, I'm really getting old, man. And then like I was up, I had a couple sips of coffee, and I took the biggest shit, and I felt 20 years younger. So congratulations,
I'm
me.
jealous of that, dude.
Yeah, man, I really was
Good
sore.
for you. I'm going downhill, and you're climbing the fucking mountains.
I didn't. That wasn't my. That wasn't. I just.
I'm just falling apart, and Steven's taking poops to fucking put me
Steven's
away.
getting 20 years younger.
But no, you be all right, guys. I'm Gene Labordi, my co-host and best friend, my brother Steven Labordi,
best friend.
and my beautiful wife she's in a new place. You guys haven't noticed. Rachel doing all the hard work. Watch our clips. We got merch out. I'm telling you, check out the Patreon, because this vacation, we talk about how much I fuck up vacations. You're going to probably get to see it live. So check it out. Thank you, everybody.
And if you're in the Cleveland, Canton, Ohio, have us over for dinner.
yeah,
I'll pet your dog.
or just something cool.
Anything.
Or just Venmo us money for dinner.
Yeah, maybe I'll buy you guys pizza. That'd be nice.
You could sit at the table near us.
And yeah, listen a bit. You can pay me to come over and take a panic poop at your house if that's what you want. I'll do that.
Revenue streams.
As
The-
long
it's
as it's
the-
the oval
the
toilet.
real
I will not do a circle
experience.
toilet.
They want to get the real deal.
I need a good one. All right, thanks guys. Have a good week.